Yo, he back in. He's about to react to what the fighters had to say about Ryan Garcia's mom. And we're gonna look at a few reactions.
To Mario Barrios. Yo, Tim Desert Storm Bradley, you already know the damn rest. Damn, man, I had that little fever right there. You know what I'm saying? All right was in that motherfucker singing Wendy last night, man. Shit. Hey, he had a little part. I was like, okay, he sound
Let's see if there'll be any actual breakdown into this as opposed to clowning.
good. Then when he had to change that tone, I was like, ooh, calm your ass down. All right. Damn. But anyways, that's not why I'm here, man. You already know I'm here to talk about this damn, hey, Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios fight. That's what I'm here to talk about. Shit, check this out. Mario Barrios made Ryan Garcia look like he was fucking Manny Pacquiao or shit, Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell was that, Mario Barrios?
That early drop was crazy. Nobody saw that coming.
Come on, man. I told y'all. I
Kept his head right on the center line the entire time. Didn't make any adjustments toward that.
told y'all before. I said, man, if y'all don't get this done against this man, Ryan Garcia, bro, both of y'all suck. And I told y'all, man, for real. Yeah. Goosen, what the hell was that,
Yeah, Goosen wasted everybody's time in the corner. I don't know what the goal was at the end of the day.
Goosen? What kind of game plan was that, Goosen? Like, come on now. Come on. Bruh. He kept coming. Goosen, the game plan was to come forward, but, bro, he kept coming forward and was getting hit like a motherfucker, man. Like you had Ryan Garcia just moving on angles, popping the shit out of it and timing the shit out of damn Barrios.
Multiple different looks too, not just with the signature hook.
Make that make sense when you gonna make the adjustment, Goosen? You didn't make no adjustments in the damn corner. You didn't have no plan B, none of
Goosen, serious question. Why did you get paid that night?
that shit.
How did you get paid?
Bro, for real, man. I don't know how many years you been in the game, bro, but for real, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
He's been in the game over 20 years and has like 5 Southpaw champions.
When I'm sat there and I was listening to you giving instructions in the corner, and then after the fight, talking about the whole well, he needs to do, it's pressure him and back him up, bro. I swear to you, bro, I felt like slapping you through the thing.
I got mad too because you was standing there looking dumb. You didn't give any real adjustment toward the fight that Mario Barrios could work with. Like you're terrible, coach.
Damn TV. I wish we can reach out and slap a motherfucker on TV for real. Sometimes that's what I feel. I ain't gonna lie. I wish we had the ability. Somebody can create that, and I can slap the shit out of somebody because, man, look, Goosen, bro, how much did they pay you, dog? How
Exactly what I just asked.
much did they pay you, Goosen? For real, man. Damn, how you gonna sell out Barrios like that, bro?
It's Barrios' fault as well. Barrios has to be smart enough to make some sort of adjustment. But the way he was standing there daintily getting popped, I almost feel like this was fixed. I know, I know we don't like that, but that's what I feel like.
Barrio got boxing skills. You made this motherfucker look one-dimensional coming in. Oh, you gotta pressure him. You gotta pressure him.
No, duh, you got to pressure him. What you thought his plan in the fight was to not pressure?
No, bro, no. What did I say in the breakdown? What did I say in the breakdown? I said, yeah, Barrios like to come forward. He can fight off his back foot a bit. Yeah, but it's gonna be dangerous if he comes forward. It's gonna be dangerous. He's gonna get countered. He gonna get countered all night. Barrios, when are you gonna use your championship experience, big dog? When
I saw zero championship experience from Barrios,
waiting on you to just step back and let this motherfucker come to
or at least take your head off the center line.
you. But you didn't. You didn't. No, not at all. So, like, it's hard for me to really judge this performance based upon how sorry Barrios was.
You could judge the performance on it all being it's a waste of your time. Like we all saw it.
It is. Yeah. Did Ryan look like he was fast in the motherfucker? Yeah, that motherfucker looked fast as hell. Was Ryan counterpunching? His timing was on point. Yeah, his time was on point. Was Ryan Garcia, was he motivated? Hell yeah, he was motivated. The most motivated I've seen him since the Devin Haney fight. And we know what happened after that. So
I don't know why people keep acting like Ryan Garcia's motivation matters. It's his skill. His skill level isn't up there with Shakur Stevenson or the greats of boxing. He's a pretty good boxer with quick hands. He has a couple of gifts, but he's not all time.
anyways, look. It took you 10 years, Ryan. It took you 10 years to get a strap, bro. Damn. 10 years. You know?
He's been boxing since he was 8 years old too.
So my eyes are not deceiving me, people. Congratulations, Ryan and your team. It took you 10 years to get here, man. And you know what? I'm gonna give it up for his pops. I was
Usually, when you see people go back to their dads for a training camp after working with multiple different coaches, it shows that they're not coachable. And unless your name is Floyd Mayweather, you don't want to go back to your dad, your uncle.
I was really admired by the way his pops handled the corner, man. I mean, shit, when you got a guy that's just right in front of you and you peppering him, shit, you gonna be confident like that. However, you were smooth with it, pops. I'm not gonna lie. And one more thing, like I told you in the breakdown, that right hand was gonna be home. And Ryan Garcia, what he do? He went back. He worked on his shit. He worked on his right hand. Went back with pops. Pops was like, bro, your right hand, you need a right hand. You one dimensional as fuck. And that right
And that's just common sense, really. That should have been developed at the amateur level.
hand was working last night. It was. Even dropped the man in the first round. And I said that in the breakdown. I said that right hand is available. The left hook is available too for Ryan Garcia. I did say that. That mother man Barrio stayed mid-range the whole damn fight, man. When you gonna get outside,
I knew Garcia wanted to make it a firefight when I heard he was injuring all his sparring partners in camp.
use them legs and use angles, man, and not get hit with that shit. Like, this is a horrible performance by Mario Barrios, man.
I would say the worst of his entire career.
You need to hang him up, bro. Say good
Low key, he does need to hang him up and start looking at other stuff.
night. Yeah, you need to go, my dude, for real, bro. Your last two performances, bro, he been doo-doo, straight up butter, bro, for real. So, all y'all Garcia fans, y'all swelling y'all chests up, y'all coming. Oh, come on in the comment section for real, man, for real. Come in the comment section. I don't give a damn.
I feel like Garcia's fans are all like children or some from Instagram.
Because Ryan Garcia, he is not skilled. He just fast in the motherfucker. That's
He is skilled, he's just not all time.
it. He ain't skilled. No. He fast. And look. Y'all talking about, oh, well, Shakur couldn't finish no damn Lopez and he boring and shit. Shit, I was bored last night watching Ryan Garcia beat the shit out of this dude. Yeah, so y'all want to talk about that, Shakur? Yeah, I was bored last night.
People who don't know, boring fighters are the most technical and best fighters. The reason that you go pro is that you know how to fight quote unquote boringly and protect yourself, but can still make it exciting.
Watching Ryan Garcia. I was waiting on the finish. I'm like, damn, where the finish at, Ryan? Where the damn finish at? You ain't finishing this, boy. You supposed to be the big power puncher now. Ooh, you supposed to be that man. Ooh, you supposed to get rid of this dude. Bro, you didn't get rid of this dude. You hit him with the kitchen sink and couldn't get rid of this dude, bro.
You can't take away from that first round knockdown. That was pretty clean and it was cold.
For real. Oh, he's tough. He's tough. You should
Mind you, I do not like Ryan Garcia.
have figured that shit out. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yup. You should have figured it out. But you didn't. It is what it is. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. Everybody keep talking about this Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson fight. Boy, I'm here to let y'all know this shit gonna be easier than
Easy, easy, easy.
it's gonna be easier than the Teofimo Lopez fight because it's about skills inside that damn.
And I love Shakur's camp knowing how to get him promoting this type of fight as well too, because they know it's going to be easy money. Shakur's at the point where he could just collect and take whatever fight he wants, but now he's taking the big money fights and he really has his pick. So I'm excited for him.
Ring. That's what it's about. Ryan can have all the speed in the world. Shakur got speed. He can have all the power in the world. Oh,
Shakur got a lot of speed actually.
he can have all the power. Yeah. Oh yeah. But when he can't land on shit, that shit don't mean nothing. And he ain't gonna
Shakur got a high level defense that Garcia not just going to penetrate with the same tricks that he has.
land on Shakur. Shit. No, it's not gonna happen. And it's gonna be like taking candy from a damn baby. That's what it's gonna be like.
Why old boy just walking in the background like that? It's like where is this man that doing this video?
Taking candy from a baby. A lot of
He in somebody community causing havoc trying to make this video.
upset folks. A lot of people depressed. Yeah, it took this man 10 years to win the championship. One championship, 10 years. Oh, that's y'all king? Okay, let it be y'all king, all right? No doubt. But
There have been plenty of great fighters that took a while to get a belt, but Ryan Garcia specifically is not a great fighter, at least yet.
hey, you get consistent with your performances, Ryan Garcia, maybe I'll believe in your ass. Maybe I'll just believe in your ass. But you ain't consistent, my boy. This is a one, well, maybe two off. But you know, again, that time when you look good, yeah, when you supposedly didn't train, that time, oh yeah, you look good like that in this fight for sure. Oh, you did. Oh, you yeah, for
I don't even know if he looked good or if Barrios just looked very, very bad.
damn show. Maybe you know what?
I feel like he took a dive, honestly.
Maybe you didn't join the snack team.
Let me know in the comments if y'all feel like Barrios took a dive.
Maybe Andy.
Or let me know if you think Ryan Garcia could legitimately beat Shakur Stevenson.
This man said, "Damn it, I'm gonna take the snackety snack packs just like everybody else." Man, I'm telling you right now, man. Hey, Victor Conte probably turning over in this damn grave right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you taking that damn snack pack that you was totally against. Because boy, let me tell you, your body look a little different. I'm not assuming anything. I'm just letting y'all know.
I'm telling you, I hate the fact that he tries to play people and act like we don't know he took steroids after they found the enzyme in his system, and we see his body looks noticeably different after he got caught. It's because he's down cycling.
Oh, his body looked there. Yep, like he was on that snack pack. And if you are, man, it's all good. It's all good.
It's not all good.
Yeah, you can't beat them, join them. If you can't beat them, join them. But yeah, anyways, man, I look. I'm Tim Desert Storm Bradley. You know, and you already know the damn rest. And I'm out.
All right, let's see. We can watch this first.
First round, I knew this fight was going to be a long fight because that's what Barrios is. Barrios is a warrior, so we have
He ain't look like a warrior last night.
to give it up to Mario Barrios for being a great champion, for putting
How he being a great champion, he received an email to get his belt. He didn't even beat anybody to get his belt.
up a
Low key, you can make an argument that Barrios is one of the worst champions in history.
valiant fight. But I do have to say I'm very, very proud of Ryan Garcia. Winning a first world title for a fighter is probably the most special
This is a demonstration of
Why does Wirecasting keep coming up?
experience he's going to have up in that ring. Winning that first world title. And I am proud to say, guys, that I can call Ryan Garcia the new WBC world champion. He made us
Ain't nobody clapping for Ryan Garcia in there. There's probably 50 people in there. You might have heard 3 claps.
proud tonight. He's on top of the world, and he deserves everything that he worked hard for. Ryan Garcia.
What's up, guys? You know, it feels good finally to be a world champion. This is something I've been dreaming of since I was 7 years old. This is the most richest history of bout you could get. 147 welterweight champion, WBC champion of the world. That's legendary. Oscar held that belt. Floyd held that belt.
I thought you wasn't messing with Oscar.
Everybody's held that belt, and now Ryan Garcia is holding that belt. Honestly, this feels like a dream come true, and I couldn't be more happy and blessed right now. You said what? I mean, I was just calm. I was working on my right hand pretty much the whole camp. And I really
That's the main criticism about Ryan Garcia is you need more than that hook, and there you go. He's working on that right hand.
didn't even throw left hooks. I just kind of was focused because I knew they were going to be preparing for the left hook. All Ryan Garcia has left hook. So, you know, it was kind of common sense just to keep firing that right hand. When I dropped him, I said, man, am I going to really get him out of here in the first round? That's pretty crazy.
You didn't get him out of there at all, so I don't know why you got gas like that.
But I knew he was the champion, and he was going to just let it go that easy. So just stayed focused and went back to the jab.
Ryan, win that belt. Having your dad trying to show more, how the best was especially back in your dad.
Well, yeah, I mean, I dedicated this fight to my father. You know, that was the beginning of this whole journey. I said, Dad, you know, I'm gonna be a champion. Like I'm ready now. I'm gonna commit myself fully, and I promise you,
Why did it take you 10 years to get ready? Why weren't you ready before?
I'm gonna win this world title. And you know, my dad's been there every step of the way since I was 7 years old, all the way through, and never left my side. I've been through ups and downs. Got fame really quick and got judged many times, and I made a lot of mistakes, but I made a 360 turn and committed
180 turn, a 360 turn to put you back in the same position.
myself to be the best champion I could be, and I finally feel like I'm here now.
Hip Hop is Real, 2 questions. How serious are you about the Shakur fight, and do you want to unify with Devin now that you're the
And are you going to do that this year instead of waiting an entire year to fight?
champion?
Oh, I'm open to all those, you know, whatever. You know, Shakur, somebody that I fought in the amateurs, and we went at it, you know, and I felt like I beat him. But, you know, the politics in the USA boxing at the time were a little different, and I still got a chip on my shoulder.
Low-key, I wonder if we could find that fight on the tube and I'll react to it live on stream.
I've been wanting that rematch for a minute.
Somebody got the link to that fight. Drop it in the chat.
Hopefully we get it. And, you know, when my hand heals, I'll be looking for that opportunity for sure. And Devin, he don't want that. He's terrified. He has PTSD.
Right.
Joke was that funny. That's probably his dad that's laughing in the crowd.
No. He did counter me with one right hand when I was trying to do the Mayweather roll. I got caught with a
It's the Philly show.
right hand. I don't know why I did that. I wasn't even getting hit. And then I snapped myself out of it. I'm like, man, what am I doing? Back to the jab. And yeah, I just got a little too confident. I was kind of playing around too much, and I got caught with one shot. But, you know,
There's a difference between being more confident and just being lackadaisical and sloppy in the fundamentals in your defenses. That's not confidence.
Mario, I just kind of was getting his timing really fast. Like I had it quick, and I could tell he was tentative. He didn't want to mess with my speed at all. Once I feinted him a couple times, he was like just there for me, and I took advantage of it.
Right here. Andreas from ESPN. When we talked before, you talked about wanting to be the best version of yourself. Do you feel like that you've reached the level that you've not been at before in your career? Is this your finest performance?
I don't know. That's for you guys to say. I mean, I'm always going to love the Luke.
No, that's actually for you to say. Only you know your truest potential and what you can truly do in the ring. That's only a question you can answer. Was this your best performance? Yes or no?
Number one. That's like one that's always sticked in my heart that I had to fight through, got knocked down, was dazed. So that was always going to be up there for me.
I'm sure this is why you guys like watching me. I could cipher through the BS.
But this was my most mature performance for sure. And my speed was on point. My jab was on point. A lot of things were on point. I mean, I pretty much did what I was doing in camp. Just to everybody, just like staying. I realized like I'm really faster than everybody. Why am I even like moving? I could just stay right there. Counter, 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 scare them. Like, you know, like, why do I even need to move? Like, I'm quick. Like, when I'm in shape and like on fire, like,
You think that's going to work with Shakur?
I'm really quick.
A counter master?
Can you also speak to, like, the last couple of years have been really tough for you, coming through everything that you went through, getting this win, finally becoming a world champion. Talk about this moment and how much it means for yourself, your father, and what it means to other people that have watched you go through what you went through.
Man, it was a very, very dark time. It's like that passage
This man has never seen a dark time in his life.
in the Bible by David. He said, I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. That's how I felt like. You know, I was in a very dark place. I was treating my body horrible. And
That'll happen when you do steroids and alcohol and cocaine.
it was hard to adjust to everything I had so quick. And I didn't know what was real or was not real. And I feel like God disciplines the ones he loves. And I wouldn't want it any other way because it shaped me and I learned a lot very young. And now I'm like realizing more stuff and I'm like, I can
You guys know Shakur gave a couple reactions after this fight, I think on 2 different platforms. We're going to get to those too.
handle all this now. Like I could really see this for what it really is. You know, it's like I feel so much more grounded and peaceful. And now I just want to be, I don't even think I hit my ceiling at all yet. I think it's
You shouldn't. You're only 26 years old.
gonna go even crazier. Like
25, I think. Somebody let me know in the chat how old Ryan Garcia is. He's young.
I feel like I'm way better than I showed today.
Ryan, Ellie Sekback is
Better in which way specifically?
Reporting.
report. First of all,
You see how they just say things but don't elaborate? They just try and get through the conference and look good.
did it sink in yet that you were world champion? You've been working on this your whole life.
Kind of.
That was a dumb question.
Kind of. It feels surreal. Like I still feel like I'm in a dream right now. It feels like very magical at this moment. I'm sure it'll settle in once I see my kids, my wife, and hug them, kiss
How many kids this man got?
them, and then I'll probably be back down to earth real quick.
Now, a lot of people don't know you fought Shakur in an amateur's very controversial fight. I think he got the W.
Yeah.
What can we expect from a fight between women?
We're very fast. You're gonna see people.
Fast is not all boxing is. I don't know why he keeps reverting to that and using that as a reference point. Shakur is fast too.
That are quick back and forth. And Shakur knows that he can't get lazy with me at all. That's why, like, he was looking at me right now and goes, "Ooh, you're not even big." I'm like, "Bro, you were scared if I was big? That's crazy. Like, that's what you were scared of?" All right. So I got a little glimpse on what he was kind of worried about. But size don't win fights at all. You seen that today. Mario was bigger than me. But I was quicker. And, but I want that fight. I feel like I'm always up to the challenge of anybody. There's always a way to win. Just got to figure it out.
What's up, Ryan? Led the Power 106 in brown bag.
Yep.
And I have to tell you, my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old, no matter what other fighter exists, you are who they look up to.
That's not looking up to somebody. I just think he's cool because he has a lot of followers on Instagram. And if your kids look up to Ryan Garcia, then you're a bad parent.
You've made it your mission to protect kids.
Yep.
What do you have to say to the kids watching your fight tonight?
That is something that me.
I hate how they obviously trying to get these soundbiteable clips and still not going to get a good soundbite because he's dumb. The question is dumb. It's not inspiring anything, nothing.
Means the world to me. Kids are the most innocent things in the world, And
They don't even got a good mic up there for him.
And that's just always I've made it a statement to protect the children. You see what that's going on in the world. I don't want to bring in too much negativity right now, but
You don't want to mention Palestine because that's going to get too political after he's on the up and up right now. That was a good business decision from his part. At least he was smart enough to be aware of that.
that right there is a precedent where we really have to protect children. They don't have a voice, and the stories that I hear are very hurtful, and I don't want that to happen to
Which story specifically are you hearing? Let's see how well learned you are, Ryan.
nobody. So I'm always going to stand on that. I always speak my mind and let people call me crazy and whatever they say. But you seen what came out. I don't got to say nothing. Now who's crazy, right? It's kind of like, But
You fought a scrub, bro. Calm down. He didn't even have to win to get his belt.
through that moment, I lost myself, trying to fight for something.
You see how he's calm now, but it definitely did go to his head pretty quick.
And I lost my mind to it, because I was screaming it out loud. No, they're doing this. And I felt attacked for saying the things I did. And I felt lost.
You always feeling attacked, bro.
Spiritual attacks, and I lost it, but God had a plan for me and brought me back and restored me. And that's all I could say about that.
Ryan, congratulations to the Conte Best Women's Boxing Show, period. What a massive win. Now you're feeling this surreal moment. What would you tell your 8-year-old self?
Man, this whole camp I was playing, well, not this whole camp, but towards the end, I was playing this song called Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord. And I remember when I was a little kid worshiping, and it just flooded all the moments when I was 7, 8 years old with my dad going to tournaments. Tom Taylor, the ref, he was my first tournament ref for the championship. It's crazy, right? And I told him, I said, I went up to him, I said, you got to watch my fight. Watch what I do. And I won the tournament, Junior Olympics, right? Oh, yeah. I went and introduced myself to Tom Taylor in the amateur. I said,
see, he don't even know how to tell the lie right. He don't even got the lie. His man's in the back had to get the lie coordinator for him.
My name is Ryan Garcia, and you better watch me fight. So it's kind of surreal that it all came full circle. Tom Taylor is my ref when I won the first championship in my professional career.
And a follow-up, To your father, Henry, congratulations. What does this moment mean? Because this is
It's his dad in the back.
a massive moment between a father and son, and for him to dedicate this fight to you.
Well,
Oh, one thing. Well, let me say something real quick. I want to thank Golden Boy Promotions. I know people
You was just talking mad trash about Oscar De La Hoya. Why are you thanking Golden Boy Promotions? You were just complaining that he wasn't messaging you back.
like to put us together as beef. I guess it sells, but you know, I don't hold grudges, and I always want to keep positivity. And I just want to say thank you for all that you've done in my career. And I appreciate you.
All right, let's go.
The industry is so fake, man. It's all theatrics.
Well, the answer to your question is, yeah, I know he did it for me, but I told him before we had dinner last night, and I said, you know what, Ryan? I said, I appreciate that. I said, but you know what? You've already won for me. I said, you've won all these tournaments. You've won all these, fights, professional fights. I said, I've had to humble myself as a father, so I let other trainers train him. What father does that when he's undefeated?
Multiple fathers do that.
But the main thing I said, you know what? Do it for yourself. Because I know if anybody knows my son, it's me. And I know how hard he worked. So for all those people that were criticizing him and hating on him, it gives me so much satisfaction.
As you should be. You won this round. You did win this round, but you fought a scrub.
Because they don't know him. No, I mean, I'm serious. They don't know my son. I know my son. Okay? And every father should know their son. Like
That's your message to the people?
I do. And thank you, Golden Boy, and thank you, Lupe Valencia.
Oh yeah. Shout out Lupe. I can't forget about Lupe. Shout out my team. Shout out my team.
Oscar.
PJ, my new man guy. Everybody's like, oh, you just bring in. You guys don't know. Like, PJ's the man. PJ know how to hit the mids. He's a beast. Don't forget PJ.
Let's
I
go.
know a bunch of fighters are gonna be asking for PJ. PJ, come on, you got it.
What does PJ do? He's your pad holder? Like, you weren't even specific on what his job is on your team.
Hey, what
Donnie, my strength and conditioning coach. Y'all seen how ripped I was? We worked day in and day out.
You weren't that ripped. You look like a guy who just got off steroids and your muscles are drooping down. It's called gynoplasty.
Oh, we paid attention to diet crazy. We were insane with it.
I'm sorry, it's called gynecomastia.
Had so many talks nonstop. I learned so much about that, your body and what you need to put in order for it to
If you've been boxing for 10 years and you're just now learning, quote unquote, so much about your body, you're doing the game wrong the entire time.
move. I didn't even pay attention to that shit before. I used to just step into the ring and just start swinging. So thank you, Donnie, for all the lessons you taught me. Trey, man, my assistant, beast, my PR team, Michelle, Sarah, the best. And everybody on the squad, Jason, right here, Adam W. I see him out there, funniest guy on the internet. But everybody part of my team did great, and A plus for sure by my team.
Definitely.
I want to give it up to you guys. You guys did
What else you gonna say after a win?
great.
Just
Ryan Garcia down here in the front. Two questions for you. First question, can you talk about how much sweeter, if at all, this victory was, being that Joe Goosen was in the other corner?
I mean,
And he was looking dumb in his interview after the fight.
it doesn't make it too much sweeter. I mean, Joe, it just doesn't really move me too much that it was because of Joe. I mean, it bugged me at first, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it? I had 2 months to get over it, so it's really nothing. But he did try to get in my head in that one of the rounds, and I started looking at him every time I hit Mario. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.
How did he try to get in your head?
He was just saying, "Oh, that was nothing. Oh, he only has a hook." Blah blah blah. And I was just like, "Bro," and I had to stop and just be like, "All right, bing bing, bing bing, bing," with my hurt hand too. But I was so mad
How you hurt your hand?
and irritated. I started throwing it even though it was hurting. I was like, "Fuck it." Da da da. Yeah.
Last question for me. You spoke about a little while ago, Devin Haney, and one thing he said recently, he said the rematch wouldn't happen because you had dropped out of VADA. Can you just right here, right now, clarify that so that there's no impediment to the fight?
Let me answer that
I mean,
question.
just look.
Let me answer that
you think
question.
I got an IV? Like, bro, this is a blood work.
Let me answer that question. People say all kinds of nonsense, but Ryan's been doing testing his entire career. He's fought for interim titles. When he fought Tank Davis, we were doing VADA testing. And
I don't think Ryan did look good yesterday, and that's a good comment. But you also got to realize Shakur is fast too, and he's used to fighting faster opponents. And we got to realize that they fought in the amateurs already, and Shakur worked them out. Am I saying they're the same fighters? No, but I am saying that that is relevant to bring up. Like Shakur is not scared of Ryan at all, and I don't think Ryan has necessarily proven himself as an all timer because he beat Mario Barrios, one of the worst champions in history. You feel what I'm saying? But thank you for that comment, Sort. What does your name mean? Please educate me.
It wasn't for a title. He's been testing his entire career. Every single time we set up a fight, we sign a contract, there's VADA testing. There's no such thing as dropping out of VADA testing. So all those stories are just fabricated, people trying to hate on Ryan, and they're just excuses for Haney to feel good about himself. You know, Haney wants to have an excuse as to why he got beat up, and that's it.
I don't want to use that flu excuse for Barrio because even if you had the flu, you still took the fight and you still said you were ready to go and you still waited properly. And even if you had the flu, you could have still moved your head off the center line. You could have still moved your feet better. You didn't have to stand right in front of the man you were fighting to get punched. But how you doing, Luke? Thank you for your comment.
So
I disagree with your comment, Luke, but thank you.
It's all nonsense.
Have you boxed before?
Just real quick, I want to go back to the haters because I gotta let this off my chest because I won't be able to sleep. But Chris Algieri, you're a piece of shit. Okay, I'm sorry. You
Quite the example he's leading for his son there, huh?
and your
And then we wonder why Ryan made all those weird decisions earlier on in his career. He didn't have strong leadership, clearly.
corny ass partner. Okay, not believing in my son, Sergio Mora. I ran into him and he said, "No, your son made me a believer, so I'm not gonna go too hard on him."
It would be a shock if he beat Shakur. And I'm not going to say like I want it to happen, but I would even like to see that because it would be very entertaining to see how that would happen because Shakur's defense is almost indestructible. You get what I'm saying? And this is coming from an experienced fighter in myself.
Okay, Robert Garcia, weird man. Oh, my son can't go over 6 rounds. Sorry, dude. Okay, I know you're okay, but you don't know my son. So you know what? Screw all you haters. I'm sorry, but it gives me
Luke, what does your username mean?
satisfying to say that my son is the WBC welterweight champion of the world.
You said that 2 times already in this conference.
And with that is the conclusion of our press conference.
Thank you.
Any last statements from you, Ryan?
I just want to beat Devin Haney's ass bad.
Oh, so does he want Haney more than Shakur? I'm interested in both of those fights, and I want him to do it within the year. He just did a beginning of the year fight. There's plenty of money on the table for him to get.
Again. What about Bakerfield, Ryan?
Let's do.
Congratulations. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great, man. I'm on top of the world right now because I proved a lot of people. We proved a lot of people.
You need to put the belt on your shoulder and you need to show that off proudly.
Of course,
on the
because
shoulder.
people say, "Oh, he's this coach. He should have kept Goose. He should have Derek James, Eddie Reynoso," which I'd
rather react to this. Motions do it differently, but generally heavyweight is 230 and up or 260 and up in boxing. I get them confused with MMA, but I could look that up. They can fight for that type of belt. They have to become big, Luke. That's the thing. You gotta make the gauntlet run and actually campaign for yourself and make a name for yourself in order to fight for a belt. If you're from Jersey, Luke, you can come train with me. I'll show you what that. In practice, or Barrios straight up could not execute any real defense or decent footwork to not get him hurt. The way he got dropped in that first round is been fundamentally formed properly. They're a bit sloppy, but they land, and that's also why you have to take a fault on Barrios' end because those punches were not easily avoidable, but Crawford, I'm not very impressed with his take so far. It's very vague. You could tell he wanted Ryan Garcia to lose, but what did you see that he did good? What did you see that he did bad? Like, I don't like vague takes. Like, what is the point of them paying you to be up there if you're just going to say something somebody on the street could say?
Got the job done in spectacular fashion. He did look spectacular.
Don't get it twisted, though. Terrence is one.
Barrios was too slow. Barrios didn't have no game plan.
When y'all get a chance, like the video for me.
He followed them the whole fight. And Shakur
They never fought for heavyweight because there'd be no point of trying to gain weight to get to that level and then not fight at the same level that got you there. So if they gained all that weight, it wouldn't necessarily be muscle. So they'd be much slower and it's harder to move around.
is not going to be that fighter in there to be hit on.
Luke, I hope you like this stream. All this free. You gotta tell me how you define greatness then, because I think what Floyd does is greatness, and I think what Ryan Garcia just did last night and what Floyd does is not even comparable. At least not yet. He has a decent IQ, but does he have what it takes to deliver information well in a commentator or analyst position? That I don't know.
I mean, will we see you potentially in a corner?
But he would take words from Shakur Stevenson if he was getting ready for a fight or sharpening up. So Shakur Stevenson's IQ is definitely respected if Terrence Crawford is listening to him.
I'd be like, man, I'm going to use it.
All right. Well, I think Riley Romero reacted on this. Is there gonna be no words in this video? I want to
see what happens if
I really thought we was reading 5 minutes worth of tweets. Come on now.
guys in. Yeah, we got me in division now. I'm going in that division, so we'll see what happens if
Ain't nobody worried about your stupid ass in the division, Teofimo.
this Ryan rematches Devin at welterweight. Hey man, Victor Conte ain't here, man. Got rested cell, so we'll see where that goes.
Ryan looked pretty strong. He was looking sharp. You know, I said that he'll probably get him out of there like 11-10. He feeling good, but
Why this man got a sombrero on his head?
he ain't do that. But he was looking sharp though.
Who do you see Ryan fighting next?
You ready to lead us on?
I'll move it on. Yeah. I got this from the champ. See ya.
You're from Mexico.
From Mexico now. Huh?
You got champion, first champion, right? First championship belt.
Correct.
So I think he did well for the first time based on the circumstances.
Now
Being out for a while, you know,
Right,
a little rusty. I seen a little bit of rust, but once he got going, flow of it, you know, he'll settle down a little bit. And
Nobody's bringing up how Barrios looked completely sloppy.
you know, him and his dad know what to do going forward.
Haney rematch next.
I don't know. I think that, you know, what's best for him. They'll figure it out and he'll do it. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad he got the monkey off his back. It's good to get the monkey off his back.
You know, Ryan can get it next. I believe that's the plans. If he wants it, he can get it next. Right? So, yeah, let's get it done. Can you get a picture with the champ? Cool.
Part of Eddie Hearn.
Say that again, sorry. Say that again.
What happened with the situation with Eddie Hearn?
It's nothing but love, but I'm excited for the future, man. And that's ultimately it. Excited to make this fight with Ryan.
Them London boys is rough. I love Conor Ben, man. He could scrap.
I'm so happy he got the win. I'm ready to push on and make the fights the public one.
How do you want Eddie to be part of your team like you with Zupa?
I want him in my corner. He's my team. He's my guy. Do you know what I mean?
It was a good performance, man. He looked good. He had a good jab, good movement, good body shots, and bro, his speed is crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel like he.
And that's all it is, really, is the speed. You don't think there are plenty of fighters out there that can deal with speed? That's what Shakur specializes in. Shakur's fast too, man.
There's a lot of good fights from him at 147. You know, this is a good bounce back from him because this is coming back from his first loss. I mean, from his loss with Rolly, and now he's a world champion again. So, you know, not only did he gain his confidence back, he gained his mojo back, and now he's going to be a force to be reckoned with at 147.
Do you think Devin Haney rematch seems to be the obvious thing?
I think that's the only thing that's appropriate. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I want to see. You know what I mean? Also, you know, still got Rolly out there too. It'd be good fights. You got some good fights for Ryan. You know what I mean? So I'm very excited for his future.
May 2nd, Zudo Ramirez. Can't wait to see you, brother. Thank
I'm
you.
excited for that too.
See you, brother.
Ryan Garcia went in there, did what he had to do. He looked great, boxed amazing. You know, it was really good, bro. We had a great night.
Ryan Garcia becoming a world champion like you tonight. Why didn't he call me out? You a little
That is a great question, Raleigh. Why didn't he call you out?
salty about that or what? I mean, it's obvious why you don't want to call me out. But I mean, why didn't he call me out? He tried to play big tough guy, but why didn't he call me out?
Do you feel like you guys will ever get back in the ring together again?
I don't know. I can't really tell you. I don't know.
The way Rolly answered questions, I know he get reporters mad on purpose.
I know. He knows, everybody knows.
What do you think, Mario Barrios? Do you just think, like, I think I heard you say that you felt like Mario was just tailor-made?
Well, tailor-made, but also, I mean, dude, Barrios shouldn't be at that weight class. But Barrios way too big for that weight class, man. It's clear that, dude, that Barrios hasn't been as energetic in that weight class anymore.
Time to move up, just kind of little subtle signs. It's time to move up, huh?
Yeah.
Not even subtle, just hang it up.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get a picture, bro. I just want to shake your hand. Tell you, hey, great champ, man. Good man. God bless.
So what do you think happens? Do you think?
Yeah, after 1 second.
You think that there's any chance that we get a rematch between Devin and Ryan, or?
I don't know, bro. All them guys are weird.
He's a hater. I like it though because it's funny. Let him be controversial.
What about you and Devin unifying? Is there any chance?
Bro, Devin's gonna say that and then go all price himself like he always does. Don't bring up Devin Haney. Devin Haney called out everybody. Don't find nobody.
But you lined up with
And
Ryan,
on top of that, aside from that,
I don't like the stuttering, but he called it like he see it.
I mean, I knock him out quarter. He gonna sue me.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Right, it just came from the
inside. No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I don't know. I went to the bathroom.
For 36
Let me
minutes?
just say this.
Facts, he was in the bathroom for 36 minutes, your fat ass.
Ryan was just too sharp for Barrios. He was just too sharp. You know what I mean? Because Barrios couldn't get out. He couldn't get out. He landed, Ryan landed everything he wanted to land. That hook was ugly all the time. So, yeah, congratulations to Ryan.
What drugs is this guy on?
Is the Devin Haney rematch? You think that should be the obvious thing? I feel like they're both welterweight champs, and the bad blood can be settled, right?
I think they can run it back. They can be good for boxing.
Right. I mean, is there anything else you want to see Ryan fight? There are a lot of names, right?
What was that?
I said there are a lot of names. Is there anybody else you kind of would like to see Ryan in against?
Ryan, is a threat to anybody. You know what I mean? And so, I think they're doing an amazing job. And so, I was happy to come with my wife and me and my boys. And you know what? Congratulations to Ryan.
I think it was an amazing performance. Shouts out to Ryan, you're world champ.
Obviously, there's a lot of talk about different people that you can fight. Shakur's talking about fighting.
Amazing performance, how?
Yeah.
Could you see yourself in a fight with Ryan Garcia?
Shit, man.
147?
Possibly, but look, though, April 4th, DB3 Promotions is throwing our own show in the arena. 3 black men coming together as brothers. We're brothers. DB3, we're throwing our own
Completely disregard the question.
promotion. We're the only fighters that's doing it in the game.
Is the fight with you and Devin still possible?
It's up to Devin. Devin running. His father told me to stand on my word, and I ain't getting no response after that. They not standing on their word, but they calling out everybody else but me. I understand, but they got to stand on their word, just like they told me to stand on mine.
This was a good place for him to show like how deep his bag is, and
Exactly. It was a nice tune-up fight set up perfectly for him on a silver platter.
looked really good. Like he looked much better than he did against Rolly. And I was kind of saying like that one fight with Rolly was the only time we kind of seen Ryan like that. So I didn't really want to put that on him. Granted, it was his last fight, but still, he looked really good. He looked sharp obviously from the first round, and he was having his way the whole time.
This Ryan Garcia, does he beat Devin Haney in your opinion?
I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Devin, he kind of, fought the wrong fight in that fight as well too. But I definitely think that it'll still be an interesting fight for the both of them with this type of Ryan Garcia for sure.
Were you surprised a bit? I'm sorry. Were you surprised a bit by how it seemed like Mario really didn't have any answers for anything that
I was
Ryan had?
surprised. Mario, sometimes
I was surprised as well. The fact that he just kept doing the same exact thing that got him hurt. Was there real coaching in the corner? That's what was Goosen doing?
He can fall into that one-dimensional type style, being a little stationary, staying at the mid-range and not being first, staying at the mid-range and not, countering off and firing
Literally standing there trying to get hit almost.
off. He's not the most reactive type of fighter, If he can have his way and, be technical, you're fighting his pace, then he's most comfortable. But when it's not like that, then it's kind of tough. I think that the style of Barrios kind of, also helped with Ryan's style. So,
You know, styles make fights. I just can't say that, oh, he'll beat Shakur or be a good fight for Shakur because he's looked good against Barrios. Barrios is not a Shakur Stevenson, with all due respect. You know, they have totally different styles. And I think with Barrios style, Ryan shined tonight. If I'm being honest, I think that the rounds that Devin did not get hurt or stopped, Devin won. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of like something to where it's like, if you don't get caught with certain shots, which is not that
That's very fixable. It's very easy to go into a training camp and execute.
easy against Ryan Garcia, then you can probably fend for yourself pretty well against a fight with him.
It was a masterclass performance. That jab he was popping, the way he was calm, cool, collective, literally. But I love the fact that he was using his combinations and he stuck to the game plan. You know, he just had to stay calm. That's it.
Right.
Have fun. I was yelling, have fun. Just reset. Use your jab. That's it.
Right, he landing the right hand. I mean, he was really kind of. I think everyone, or at least the ringside, had him winning all the rounds.
Yeah. No, I believe it was a shutout. But look, you can't take nothing away.
No, like why he acting like that's a hot take? It was clearly a shutout.
From Barrios. I mean, Barrios is a tough son of a gun. He really is. I did
He's a boxer. I would hope so. That's not a compliment in boxing. Everybody's tough.
expect him to get
That's bare minimum requirement.
back up. And I told Holly, look, he's going to get back up. It's going to be a long fight. It's going to be a 12-round fight. Barrios is a world champion. He's nothing to lose. He's still a great human being, a great champion. And, you know, he was just outclassed by a fast, explosive.
That's not outclassing somebody. That's just somebody just being faster than you. Outclassing somebody is destroying them in each and every category. Although Mario Barrios was dominated, he wasn't outclassed.
Fighter.
I feel like the Devin Haney rematch is should be the next thing, right? I mean,
Yeah, there's so many options. So, yeah, we'll go back to the drawing board and we'll decide what the best step is for Ryan. I saw a composed Ryan. I saw a focused Ryan. You know,
Would y'all rather see him fight Devin Haney or Shakur?
I saw a Ryan that knew he had to win. You know, so therefore we saw a complete Ryan. We saw a Ryan that was well trained, that was determined to win that world title. And you know, at times, you know, when you throw those combinations and he lands, he was getting a little reckless. So it's like, hey, just get your composure, go back to your jab, have fun. That's exactly what he was doing. The speed was too much for him.
I saw you yelling, jab, jab, jab.
Yeah, that's the key, man.
Why jab a taller fighter?
The jab is the key for every fighter. I mean, it's. I would love.
That's actually not true at all. I wonder what his credentials are and why he even said that.
To see more jabs in the game today, but
there's a reason you don't.
Once those fighters throw jabs,
and that reason is not an exciting style to fight. And boxing is all about putting butts in the seats, not real skill. That's only amateur. In amateur, they do a lot of shady things anyway.
Double, triple jab. There's no way of blocking them. Then you follow up with your combinations. Then go back to the jab. You know, it's a thinking man's game. And if you stick to your game plan, you're gonna come out victorious.
Dropped him in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What was going through your head when that happened?
I was not surprised that he got up. Barrios is a tough son of a gun, and I knew that if he went down, and I told Holly as well, this is gonna be a long.
Who is Holly? Why he keep referencing this person?
Fight. Once he got back up, I knew that once you get hit, when you're a fighter, you get hit, you go down, you warm up, your body warms up.
This guy has never been in a fight in his life, bro. I could already tell by that statement he's never been in a fight in his life. I hate it. Why are they interviewing people that they don't know what they're talking about?
Your chin becomes granite. And that's exactly what happened with the Barrios. That's why the fight lasted 12 rounds. He's a tough guy. There's so many options there for Ryan now. Everybody wants to fight him. Everybody wants to dethrone the pretty boy, you know? And now that
it's not about him being pretty, he's just annoying too.
He has a world title.
And he got caught cheating while you beating around that bush.
Everybody's after him. So yeah, I think
everybody's after him because he's a cheater.
A matter of just regrouping, let Ryan rest, and he'll make his decision once he's ready.
As someone who has promoted him for quite so long, how proud of you?
I can't stop smiling, man. I'm so proud of him because it's his first world title.
Why were they both talking bad about each other if you're so proud of him? Right? Ryan Garcia said, like, oh, you left him and left him out to dry.
I know what it means to a young fighter winning a first world title, so I'm extremely proud of him. I would like to see that fight actually with Devin Haney. I think that'll be more exciting than them fighting in New York last year. It'll be a big matchup, bigger than
I definitely got to be in Vegas if they pop that off again.
the first time around. It'll be huge here in Las Vegas, so I would love to see that.
How different does it look the second time around?
Wow.
Let's see if he actually answers this in detail. Watch closely.
Does Haney look better against Norman? He looked better tonight.
Yeah, Ryan looked better against a really solid champion. Devin's Devin. He's fast. He's strong. He has that will to win. You know, I mean, you saw in Ryan's fight with Devin. Devin got back off the canvas. I mean, he's got a big heart, a lion's heart. So you have to give it up to him. A rematch would be, pretty exciting.
I think it's funny how he didn't call me out.
This guy's still going about how he didn't get called out. He didn't walk in all day. He walked to a different set and he found another reporter. You gonna say the same thing?
Are you surprised?
He got his spiel ready.
No.
Is that something you want, Rolly? The Ryan rematch?
Dude, that dude's scared of me. You can't tell.
What happens if this version of Ryan faces Devin Haney again?
Oh, bro, come on, don't talk to me about that kind of stuff, bro. Devin sucks.
Really been coming crazy. I like it.
So you don't want to see it? You don't want to see the rematch?
Of course I want to see Devin get knocked out.
Now, you've been training? I'm watching you. You've been watching me?
I've been watching
you. You looking good too, brother.
I know, I've been watching. I'm looking good, my man. He's fine, huh?
So what did you think of the fight today?
I'm surprised he didn't call me out. Oh, he didn't want to
There you go, the same spiel.
get back. I want to go call out some tiny dude named Shakur.
What do you think of Shakur
Oh, you call Shakur tiny.
and Ryan face
He is, but still.
off? What do you think? What happens in that fight?
Man, that ain't gonna happen. I don't care about that. We got
He has a valid point. Like that may not even happen. They talking all this talk.
Ryan, who's obviously scared of me. We got Manny Pacquiao, who doesn't want to get a flatline, and we got Slim Shady, who don't want anything to do with me now. But he tried to play big tough guy. But this is why I never talk, bro. I was like, it's like, bro, wait till things get made. We promote, but no. Then they want to go over there, act like they're gonna go do something. They don't go do anything.
Him, Conor Ben could be fun.
This boxing stuff is all. I'm gonna call this person. I'm gonna call this person now, and then they don't do anything. That's why you see me. I'm quiet. I don't really care.
Right.
But guess what? When the time comes, when the fight's starting, who's the best promoter in boxing? Hands down. Who's the illest trash talker in the history of boxing? Who can
Muhammad Ali.
trash talk in both English and Spanish? Who could trash talk by being nice? Who could trash talk by preaching the gospel?
That makes zero sense. That's
Let's say it like this. Who could trash talk without saying a single word?
Rolly Romero.
Okay, so there ain't no questions about that, man.
Good, finally to be
Man said he could trash talk without saying a single word.
a world champion. This is something I've been dreaming of since I was 7 years old. This is the most richest history of bout you could get. 147 welterweight champion, WBC champion of the world. That's legendary. Oscar held that belt. Floyd held that belt. Everybody's held that belt. And now Ryan Garcia is holding that belt. Honestly, this feels like a dream come true. And I couldn't be more happy and blessed.
I feel like he knew it was staged. I ain't saying it was staged, but it feels staged.
That's right now. I was just calm. I was working on my right hand pretty much the whole camp. And I really didn't even throw left hooks. I just kind of...
He definitely threw left hooks. What dropped Raleigh was a left hook. Not Raleigh, I'm sorry, Mario.
Was focused because I knew they were going to be preparing for the left hook. All Ryan Garcia has left hook. So, it was kind of common sense just to keep firing that right hand. When I dropped them, I said, man, am I going to really get him out of here in the first round? That's pretty crazy. But I knew he was a champion, and he was going to just let it go that easy. So just stayed focused and went back to the jab.
Ryan, to win that belt, how did your dad show how special was it? Special back with your dad.
Well, yeah, I mean, I dedicated this fight to my father. That was the beginning of this whole journey. I said, Dad, I'm gonna be a champion.
Hey, cute.
Like I'm ready now. I'm gonna commit myself fully, and I promise you, I'm gonna win this world title. And you know, my dad's been there every step of the way since I was 7 years old, all the way through, and never left my side. I've been through ups and downs. Got fame really quick.
All those ups and downs were your fault.
And
I hate how he be trying to play victim.
got judged many times, and I made a lot of mistakes, but I made a 360 turn and committed myself to be the best champion I could be, and I finally feel like I'm here now.
Hip Hop is Real, 2 questions. How serious are you about the Shakur fight, and do you want to unify with Devin now that you're the champion?
Oh, I'm open to all those, you know, whatever. You know, Shakur, somebody that I fought in the amateurs, and
he washed you.
We went at it, you know, and I felt like I beat him. But, you know, the politics in the USA boxing at the time were a little different, and I still got a chip on my shoulder.
How are they different? Explain to us.
I've been wanting that rematch for a minute. Hopefully we get it. And, you know, when my hand heals, I'll be looking for that opportunity for sure. And Devin, he don't want that. He's terrified. He has PTSD. He did counter me with one right hand when I was trying to do the Mayweather roll. I got caught with a right hand. I don't know why I did that. I wasn't even getting hit.
I don't know why you keep calling it the Mayweather roll. There's plenty of people doing that way before Mayweather.
And then I snapped myself
It's literally called the Philly show.
out of it. I'm like, man, what am I doing? Back to the jab. And yeah, I just got a little too confident. I was kind of playing around too much, and I got caught with one shot. But, you know, Mario, I just kind of was getting his timing really fast. Like I had it quick, and I could tell he was tentative. He didn't want to mess with my speed at all. Once I feinted him a couple times, he was like...
Mario was definitely expecting the speed when he got in there. He just couldn't handle it.
Just there for me, and I took advantage of it.
Right here. Andreas from ESPN. When we talked before, you talked about wanting to be the best version of yourself. Do you feel like that you've reached the level that you've not been at before in your career? Is this your finest performance?
I don't know. That's for you guys to say. I mean, I'm always going to love
It's for you to say.
the Luke Campbell one. That's like one that's always stick to my heart that
So the answer to that question was no, Luke Campbell's my best fight.
I had to fight through.
That's all he had to say. I don't get why you trying to make himself seem more profound than he actually is.
Got knocked down, was dazed. So that was always going to be up there for me. But this was my most mature performance for sure. And my speed was on point. My jab was on point. A lot of things were on point. I mean, I pretty much did what I was doing in camp. Just to everybody, just like staying. I realized like I'm really faster than everybody. Why am I even like moving? I could just stay right there. Counter, 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 scare them. Like, you know, like, why do I even need to move? Like, I'm quick. Like, when I'm in shape and like on fire, like, I'm really quick.
Can you also speak to, like, the last couple of years have been really tough for you, coming through everything that you went through?
Yeah. That's not really tough. He made all the mistakes on his own. He put himself through it. Stop.
Getting this win, finally becoming a world champion. Talk about this moment and how much it means for yourself, your father, and what it means to other people that have watched you go through what you went through.
Man, it was a very, very dark time. It's like that passage in the Bible by David. He said,
walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. That's how I felt like, you know, I was in a very dark place. I was treating my body horrible, and it was hard to adjust to everything I had so quick. And I didn't know what was real or was not real. And I feel like God disciplines the ones he loves. And I wouldn't want it any other way because it shaped me, and I learned a lot very young. And now I'm like realizing more stuff, and I'm like, I could handle all this now. Like, I could really see this for what it really is. You know, it's like I feel so much more grounded and peaceful. And now I just want to be, I think, I don't even think I hit my ceiling at all yet. I think it's going to go even crazier. Like, I feel like I'm way better than I showed today.
Ryan, Ellie Sekback, ES News.
Reporting.
First of all, did it sink in yet that you were world champion? You would work on this your whole life?
Kind of. It feels surreal. Like, I still feel like I'm in a dream right now. It feels like very magical at this moment. I'm sure I'll settle in once I see my kids, my wife, and hug them, kiss them, and then I'll...
Anybody in China, how many kids Ryan Garcia got?
I'll probably be back down to earth real quick.
Now, a lot of people don't know you fought Shakur in the amateurs, very controversial fight. I think he got the W.
Yeah.
What can we expect from a fight between you?
We're very fast. You're going to see people that are quick back and forth. And Shakur knows
Ryan got 3 kids. Yeah, he definitely going to have to fight back in this year.
that he can't get lazy with me at all. That's why, like, he was looking at me right now and goes, "Ooh, you're not even big." I'm like, "Bro, you were scared if I was big? That's crazy. Like, that's what you were scared of?" All right. So I got a little glimpse on what he was kind of worried about. But size don't win fights at all. You seen that today. Mario was bigger than me, but I was quicker. And, but I want that fight. I feel like I'm always up to the challenge of anybody. There's always a way to win. Just got to figure it out. Tom Taylor, the ref, he was my first tournament ref for the championship. It's crazy, right? And I told him, I said, I went up to him, I said, you got to watch my fight. Watch what I do. And I won the tournament, Junior Olympics, right?
His dad got to tell him what the story was because he's lying.
Oh, yeah. I went and introduced myself to Tom Taylor.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened.
An amateur, I said, my name
I'll somebody else tell you how your memory went.
is Ryan Garcia, and you better watch me fight. So it's kind of surreal that it all came full circle. Tom Taylor is my ref when I won the first championship in my professional career. I don't hold grudges, and I always want to keep positivity, and I just want to say thank you for all that you've done in my career. And I appreciate you.
All right, let's go. We had dinner last night, and I said, you know what, Ryan? I said, I appreciate that. I said, but you know what? You've already won for me. I said, you've won all these tournaments. You've won all these, fights, professional fights. I said, I've had to humble myself as a father, so I let trainers train him. What father does that when he's undefeated?
Ryan Garcia.
Let's see if either of these guys know what they're talking about. The second they say something stupid, we'll go on to the next video.
Garcia is now WBC welterweight champion of the world. This comes, years after his contemporaries, that quintet of stars. Like I said last night, Shakur.
You said his dad said he could finish a core one body shot. If you got the clip to that, we reacting right now. If his dad legitimately said that with a sober mind, they need to set that fight up. But they probably gonna go for Haney. But come on, I feel like nobody believes that he's gonna do that to Shakur, bro.
Or Devin Haney, Teofimo all became champions in 2019. Gervonta Davis became champion against Pedraza in 2017. Now Ryan Garcia joins them, and this transaction is now complete. Mario Barrios was brought in to lose to Ryan Garcia, to get Ryan Garcia over.
Ding, ding, ding. There you have it. It's theatrics. It's all a setup. Put it on a silver platform and get his name back up and push it back into the algorithm. That's all it is now.
Over and become a world champion, and Ryan did so with flying colors and drops him in the first round with his right hand. Didn't have to rely on the left hook not whatsoever. He landed some bombs with the left hook, but this was vintage Ryan Garcia. This was the Ryan Garcia that stopped Luke Campbell, the guy who had his fight with Devin Haney inevitably overturned, but on the night won that fight, and then rightfully, an overturn anyways. Garcia with a very strong, impressive performance in dominating Mario Barrios. I will say, hey, I got a lot of flack in these comments. It all came full circle in this sense, Raheem. I got a lot of flack in the comments for saying Shakur Stevenson, while brilliant, just like Ryan Garcia was very impressive last night.
There's a difference between brilliant and impressive in boxing. Brilliant is IQ. Impressive is more towards skill. You got to be more specific.
Could have done more, right? And I think he could have gotten Mario Barrios out of there, maybe even early if he had
He should have got Mario Barrios out of there. He put him on the ground like the first 20 seconds.
a little bit more consistent volume, but that's never been Ryan Garcia. He's never been a high volume, consistent volume, anywhere near 3 minutes of every round guy.
He actually kind of has been. If you see all of his combinations, how he trains the very high volume combinations. When he's comfortable with a fighter, he can put the combinations together and get high volume.
That's never been his MO. But I do think he could have got him out of there. And you know who was saying that apparently on the broadcast? Shakur Stevenson. So I said it about Shakur Stevenson. He could have added a few more left hands here and there. Could have added a combination here and there while he was landing his jab at will against Teofimo Lopez. And say the same thing about Ryan Garcia. I think is as dominant as last night was 120-107 on my card. He won every single round. outgunned Barrios in firepower completely, and talent and hand speed, quick twitch, all of that. But yeah, he could have done more. And I just had to start with that. It all came full circle. Shakur could have done more, and he said Ryan could have done more. And I'm saying they both could have done more. We're starting on the good foot here. What did you think of the fight, Raheem?
You put a lot of layers on the cake, right? Let's
You did put a lot of layers on the cake.
deal with the first bit.
Yeah.
I don't see Barrios as a transactional fighter in that he was handing his championship over to a foregone
Why it looked like that?
conclusion. Now, those in the comments are going to have to admit that there were a lot of people picking Barrios in this fight and calling us both crazy, saying that they couldn't understand how we were so confident in how we picked these fights. And I will say this also, that escaped my mouth before I could pull it back. I don't pick fights. And we were on the show, and I was so comfortable talking to you like we're off camera that I said it. And as soon as I said it, I was like, shit. I didn't mean to put that out there. So I hate to say I told you so when I didn't mean to tell you in the first place. That I'm talking to that comment section. But I did believe that Ryan was going to be able to do exactly what he did. In fact, I thought he was going to be able to do even better than what he did. To your point, I thought he was going to be able to get him out of there second half of that fight. And when he knocked him
Did you think that before or after you saw the initial knockdown?
down in the first round, in the first half of the first round, I was like, oh, this might not even go 3 or 4. That said, it wasn't vintage Ryan Garcia. This guy was better than the Ryan Garcia we've seen in vintage footage. I was impressed with not just his ability to change his attack, knowing that they were going to try to take the left hand away. Everyone with any common sense would know that has to be the first thing that you work on if you're
They got to have the common sense to know he's definitely working on that right as well.
training Barrios to fight Ryan. But secondly, that Ryan was able to come up with that right hand, be disciplined with it. I took some flack in the comments about me saying, oh, the length was going to be a problem for Barrios. And then, oh, Barrios is taller and Barrios is longer than Garcia. What are you talking about? You crazy. The fact that you are taller and longer doesn't mean length can't be a problem for you. It was the fact that Pacquiao was in and out, much shorter arms, of course, was giving Barrios problems. And my thinking about when I said the length would be an issue for him is that Ryan would be able to deal with him on the outside and be catching him on the end of punches. And it was clear that Barrios has a problem with getting inside or dealing with a guy who might be fighting on the outside and not being able to get in and out if that's where Barrios' attack is going to lie. And of course, counter punching is the way you beat Ryan if you're going to beat him. And
that's exactly why Shakur got his number if they ever would have squabbled. But I think Ryan won't even do it. I don't think Ryan's that dumb. He could have other money opportunities and less harder fights than Shakur.
You're going to have to get on the inside to do that. You're going to have to be able to get past the jab to do that. You're going to have to be able to do what Sean told you to do, which was catch and return to do that. And that was the difference in this fight. Ryan kept him outside. Ryan's right hand was tremendous. Left hook was still working. Left was still working. But, I mean, the execution, the patience, and where we part company is I am not so desperate for the knockout that if you don't get it, I'm disappointed. If you put on a clinic like Shakur.
Because you're a real boxing watcher, a lot of people just think it's all knockouts and flashy shots, but really it's footwork, head movement, and defense.
If you put on a clinic like Ryan did, I'm happy to watch you go 12 and beat this guy up and not take any unnecessary risks if the fight is still entertaining. I was entertained by both fights. Ryan is still hittable. Ryan can still be dropped. Ryan still has his...
Anybody can still be dropped. What kind of take is that?
Chin up. Ryan still sometimes swings wide, less in this fight than normal, which is another reason why I think he was better than vintage. But you don't want to get caught in the 11. You don't want to get dropped in the 12. You don't want to get dazed in the 10. If it's working, it's entertaining enough for me, and you're headed to a shutout, you can get that title and get your hand raised without a highlight to show any porous defense flaws or mistakes trying to chase it. It's really on Barrios to force Ryan to go for the knockout. If he's going to press him in the championship rounds, if he's going to throw caution to the wind and make Ryan have to stop him or run in there and, you know, make Ryan walk him onto a shot, well, that's how you get the knockout. But if Barrio is saying game, don't go chasing it, especially if you're Ryan Garcia. Maybe if you're Shakur, I get it. You can probably go chasing and still be defensively very responsible, but Ryan can't, right? That was, I would say, the thing that I was most impressed by, and the thing that I was most disappointed in was what I predicted ahead of the fight, which was the corner of Barrios. Something ain't right with that Goosen chemistry, that game plan. Goosen, I don't think, did Barrios any favors. I don't like seeing or hearing cornermen, especially when your fighter is losing on the broadcast. I tell that camera and that microphone, that ringside reporter, to get out of there.
Well, Raheem,
I'm trying to figure out how to get my fighter back on track.
I was just getting ready to do a slight joke. Joe was like, well, Raheem, though, you got to understand that Mario, he's got to get in there, all right? You got to test Ryan. You got to get on the inside. You got to fucking get inside on him now, all right?
No, duh. See, that's the thing about a good coach and a bad coach. But also, if you're a fighter, you have to know when you're being coached poorly and coached badly and take the fight into your own hands. Mario didn't make any real adjustments throughout that entire fight, and he was there getting hit, just there.
Raheem, and I'm doing my job in the corner, okay? And DAZN's coming here to interview me about my fighter, and I'm just simply doing my job. Anyway.
Yeah, you need to keep doing your job because it ain't working. You need to figure out how to do something better. And also, I thought Henry Garcia letting the audience know that Ryan's right hand was hurt was also a mistake. You know, people are listening to the broadcast. People from either corner, if you're responsible, have an ear everywhere trying to find out what's going on in the other guy's corner, trying to get an advantage, trying to find out anything they don't already know in the corner. If I'm hearing the opposite corner talk that on a broadcast, that's definitely getting to the fighter. I'm definitely going to find out and going to put that in the ear of my fighter. Hey, his right hand is working. Maybe move to that side. Put it on him that way. Now, granted, if his right hand was hurt.
If his right hand is working, why would you move to that side to get hit by the right hand again? That doesn't make any sense. It's that box.
Boy, oh boy, I don't want to see what's happening when it's not hurt. Ryan, I thought,
it's always
with
hurt,
the exception of his
the reason it's hurt is because he's not used to throwing it at a high velocity.
Defense, which is always,
and he's landing on the wrong knuckles, so he's not, the fundamentals aren't there when he's throwing it. That's how he hurt himself.
Gonna have some issues. Pretty fucking flawless performance. 8 out of 10, man.
So you want from Henry Garcia, the old NFL X right 22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's bad enough that bad enough. I enjoy hearing what the corner is saying in the corner to the fighter between rounds, but like during the round, I think it's too much to ask of either coach in any situation to be doing punditry, to be answering interview questions while the fight is on. I don't need that. The trainer should be watching his fighter every single second of every round and not be.
Why wouldn't he be?
Being answering reporters' questions, but especially if you're losing.
Unless it's right.
Why are you talking to reporters if you're losing? That's a great question. That shows whether or not if he had the right intentions of being in that corner and if he was actually there to truly coach Mario.
Raheem working the broadcast and he has questions for you in the corner, then you should probably, then you got to make an exception to this rule that you're making. But but you know, okay. So back to your point minutes ago about the length giving Barrios problems and people pushing back on you. Go, what do you mean? He has a longer reach. Devin Haney's length gave Brian Norman problems. Brian Norman has a longer reach than Devin Haney. So that's just because you have the longer arms doesn't mean you're better at long.
Exactly. Long range and long range controlling and distancing is not just having long arms. It starts in the feet.
Range. And so that, speaks to your point. And fighters heading into this fight, like Tiger Johnson, like many others, they told me Ryan gives up his height. He doesn't fight tall. Barrios doesn't fight tall. And to your point about Ryan being better than ever, yeah, he fought with
definitely not better than ever.
The good.
He was best when he was on steroids.
Rhythm in this fight. He boxed well, and even though he doesn't have a consistent jab, he has a good little stiff arm at times, and he has leave that left hand out there every now and then. And Tim Bradley, other guys, they explain what fighters do with positioning is they can draw that invisible line in the sand, that if you go past this line and they're cocked and they have the right kind of positioning, that if you pass this line, they have the positioning to pull the trigger if you
That automatic.
do that. And he did that well in this fight too. And there was a few times, just that difference in athleticism, that quick twitch. There was a few times Barrios tried to counterpunch him and he wasn't there. He just simply had enough to fire off 3 or 4 or 5 shots when he wanted to, and he was too quick for Barrios. Barrios had to keep these home too long, and by the time he tries to respond with something, so he did try to catch and shoot sometimes. He was just so outgunned in athleticism that by the time he pulled the trigger, Ryan wasn't there, and Ryan didn't have to get that far out of range to not be there. He just had a quick little twitch back, a little step back, and he doesn't really faint. And
that's part of range, making it seem like you're there, but actually not being there.
Like I say, he doesn't really have a consistent jab, but there was a little something to his rhythm. He didn't go one direction too long, and it's just something about his body.
When you say anti-boxing, do you mean his style is low IQ, or is he just depending on his athleticism? You got to elaborate a bit more for me, Christian Cruz.
Rhythm that almost worked as a feint at times and kept Barrios honest and wouldn't allow him to really get downhill with any kind of volume. And that's a credit to Ryan's boxing IQ and his skill, not just his obvious talent and explosiveness. So I think, and about saying it was a transaction, I meant the fight was the whole point of this show. I'm not saying Barrios was in on it. He didn't just show up to hand him his title, although I do think Barrios,
it felt like he did,
was very flat. And even
below flat
from a physical body standpoint, compare how he looked at the Manny
both their bodies look bad.
Pacquiao weigh-in to how he looked at this weigh-in.
Ryan's body looks like a dude that's exactly what your body looks like when you're getting off steroids. His muscles droop down, your face is a little dehydrated more from the cut.
For Manny Pacquiao, it's not the same kind of physique, but it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, ultimately, it wouldn't have mattered. He could have brought in whatever physique he wanted, and he's just outgunned by Ryan Garcia across
boxing ain't about physique.
The board. No, go ahead, Ryan.
Looked like Joe Goosen sounded.
He got that one.
Flat, dull, and monotone.
He's corny, but he got that one.
There was something wrong in that camp, and I think that the fighter
multiple things wrong in that camp. Let's see if you could pin him down.
Doesn't gel with the trainer. I don't think the trainer brought anything to the fighter that was some kind of secret sauce because he had trained Ryan in the past. And if anything, Joe Goosen served as lighter fluid for Ryan to be as motivated and stay on top of Barrios for the entire fight. By the 11th or 12th round, Ryan is looking at Goosen and talking to Goosen and beating up Goosen in his mind. That's how much Ryan wanted to make this statement. And without Goosen being in that corner, I don't know if Ryan is quite that focused, gives that performance. And what we both agreed upon ahead of this fight, which of course didn't require a great deal of boxing analysis history to know, is that the speed was going to be a major factor. Yeah. And boy, was the speed too much. Boy, was the speed a major factor. But not only was the speed working for Ryan, which we could anticipate, but his punch selection has to be commended. Yes, there was a lot of headhunting, but that's because Barrios wasn't moving his head as much.
You're obviously going to have a larger punch selection, when you have the speed advantage because you have more opportunities to strike. So that was kind of a weird analysis.
But every time Barrios got brave, every time Barrios started to get a little bit of control of the distance and start making some headway, wham, right to the body, just like we seen him on social media. It reminded me of when we thought he wasn't training at all. I guess he was training for those body shots with those body shields with influencers, because not only was he landing the body shot at the perfect time to put Barrios back in his place, but it sounded like he was hitting a body shield, like coming through the television, because I wasn't there, you were. Those body shots were crackling. these things in Ryan's toolkit being executed the way they were executed, I think this might be the fight that we look to when we say that turning point is there. This was the turning
Bro, he basically fought a scrub, a fake champion.
point fight for Garcia. He can't go back to vintage Garcia. If he looks like he used to look in the future, if he looks like he used to look in the past, that is a regression. He has to go from here as a world champion. This was the great way to clear that threshold. He stepped his game up. He went up a level to become a world champion, a shutout performance, a knockdown in the first round, didn't get overzealous, didn't get loose, continued to fight his fight. Great performance, and now he's a champion off the back of that, and we don't ever want to see anything less than that in the future. I love the chemistry between him and his dad. I love him having Henry on his trunks, passing the belt to Pops in the post-fight. I mean, it's a perfect night to become champion, and it's a
well-scripted night.
Good example of what it's like to become a man in front of the world. I think this guy had a
How you 26-year-old just now becoming a man in the world, especially in America?
mature performance pre-fight, during fight week, during the fight, and post-fight. We may be finally looking at a guy who's grown into himself.
Yeah, and I've struggled with this too. The mania can overcome you. You get too high, you get too low, and he stayed composed in the aftermath of winning this fight. He took it in, it felt good. He dedicated it to his dad, but he didn't give in to that manic pop off, because what accompanies those are crashes as well. And if you're going to stay consistent going forward and hold on to this form you're talking about, and he needs to prove he can hold on to this form. And we'll talk about that form being questioned by Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney in a little bit in this discussion. But you got to string together 2 or 3, 4 times looking like this each time out to prove to people that you can consistently be this version of yourself time in and time out. And you're not up and down and not getting too manic in the post fight, not popping off too hard like he did in April of 2024 against Haney may go a long way in helping do that in the ring. And yeah, a lot of your assessments sounded like Samantha when I talked to her about the fight this morning. She noted that maturity from Garcia as well. And we'll commend Barrios, by the way, in the aftermath of all this for being tough. For
Commend him for what? Being a boxer, you're already tough. That comes in the job description. Why would you congratulate somebody for doing what they were already supposed to be doing?
hanging Texas tough for 12 rounds when I didn't think he was going to make it out of 5 or 6 after the first round knockdown. Now, about becoming a champion for the first time, right? Now, the green belt is the glamour belt. It's the prettiest of them all, right? We like that green and gold. Mauricio does many, many things to render it a trinket. And someone drawing a real hard line, and I wouldn't take umbrage with that hard line, would say he won a trinket last night. Barrios is not considered he's not considered the lineal champion. He had yet to actually successfully win in a title defense. He had 2 draws since
he's basically saying Barrios is not a true champion.
Winning the interim title and then being elevated to full champion.
Brother, who is Sean?
But without ever actually winning as champion of the WBC. Devin Haney's rated atop as the WBO champion. Okay, you won the WBC title, but the WBA champion just beat you in your fight previous to that, and that's Rolando Romero. And I mentioned at the top of this how Shakur won his in 19.
And Rolando makes a great point. Why didn't he fight?
19 and Haney and Teofimo in the
I'm sorry, not why didn't he fight? Why didn't he call him out?
The previous decade, the other 4 won their first title. All of them, except for Gervonta Davis, have either been unified champion. Actually, all of them have been unified champion, except Gervonta Davis and lineal champion. Shakur, lineal at 30 and 40. Teo at 35 and 40. And Haney at 35. And all of them, like I said, have held multiple titles at one time in a weight class. So yes, you won your first world title, and I saw him popping champagne in the locker room, which is all good. I'd do the same thing if I won the green belt. But I think that warrants being mentioned here. And if he really wants to be a true champion, he would have to win a unification with Devin Haney, and then he'd really be a champion the way his peers have become champion in their careers in their 20s. Now, about that, no, go ahead, Raheem, and then let's get to that point about the form that Shakur and Devin Haney and some people in the comments will be questioning.
The green belt, and as much as I am critical of Suleiman and some of his decisions and his
how can you not
rhetoric of late,
yeah,
which specific things?
I believe it does hold a special value, and especially to a Mexican-American fighter. You got to beat the champions that hold
Floyd
the belt.
seemed to be fond of it too, to be fair. I think above all titles, it still has the greatest lineage and everything.
Okay,
Continue. Yeah.
So I'm saying that it has a special reverence in general, but I think there's even a little added mustard on it because it's Suleiman, because Latin American fighters have a special regard. I think just the fact that it is a sanctioning body controlled by a Latin American, and they want to win that.
That's an interesting take.
You want to call it a trinket.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. I just don't have enough evidence to really back it.
Won himself
It'd be nice if he gave us evidence.
Pendant that Suleiman provided. You know, he wanted to become world champion, and I don't begrudge him his entry door. That was the route that made the most sense for him. That's a fight that two Mexican Americans could fill T-Mobile with. And again, we can't pretend like a lot of people weren't picking Barrios. And even to your point, you say even Barrios isn't the worst of the champions.
Who's worse than Barrios as a champion? Let me know.
You know what I mean?
I kept saying Lewis Crocker was, and some
Exactly.
breaks after
It's a good answer.
the fight were like, no, he's not. And I go, okay, maybe he's not, but
But there's an argument to be made, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then I like the way this is setting up. I like to see Rolly get a rematch now that they both are title holders. That makes that rematch sexier. It puts
Pause, bro. What?
some stakes
Not if we win a lavender shirt.
on it, and it's an easily sellable fight. And by the way, when I said that Rolly wasn't a heavy-handed puncher, I will concede to the critics in the comment section. I probably should have used a different term. I'm wrong about that. Rolly Romero is a heavy-handed puncher. When I said that, what I was thinking was Rolly Romero couldn't stop Garcia after he knocked him down. And really, what I should have been crediting was Garcia.
That's very different from what you actually said. So that was a strange misconception that you made.
Garcia's chin, as opposed to questioning Rolly's punching power.
This guy's definitely never been in a fight in his life.
Yes, he's a power puncher. Yes, that's his greatest weapon. But my point being, when I was talking about that element, was that to put Garcia down, what Barrios would have had to do was to have the power not only to knock him down, but then to keep him down, which only Tank was able to do with a body shot, maybe because he was weight trained, or maybe because Tank just has that kind of power that that Rolly didn't have the ability to stop Ryan. That what's the kid, the British kid that knocked
Come on, Conor Ben.
Garcia down with his chin.
Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell couldn't.
I'm sorry, Luke Campbell.
Finish him, and then maybe that's just a credit to Ryan's chin. But for those who are taking exception with that comment, yeah, I should have been more clear. That's not the right thing to say about Rolly. But the point being made was that
it's not that you should have been more clear. You just said something that was straight up wrong.
Barrios, even if he had an opportunity to get to Ryan, I don't believe had the punching power to put Ryan down and keep him down. Now we'll never know because he never really got there. And if there's any credit to be given to Barrios, it was his own chin. The fact that his skin was thicker than we thought, no cuts. He got up from that knockdown in the first round and could have quit or could have tucked up and just survived. He still kept trying to win. There was just nothing there for him. So I know we're a little bit away from this belt conversation, but with all that said, to me, that makes this a valid championship. He's not the champion.
It's a valid championship, but you just don't get no stripes in the street for it because who did Barrios beat as a champion? You get what I'm saying? He got an email and got his belt.
And that no one would regard him as the best champion in the division, but he is a valid belt holder. And now let's get to unification. Let's get to undisputed. And I like the road to
Ryan is not going to do all that.
Both of those things with the current champions having to fight each other in that division.
Well, I think Rolly definitely has the power. It's just that Ryan kept his hands in his pocket and Rolly didn't do much either. Nothing really happened after the knockdown in the second round of their fight. They both have the power to knock each other out. It's just they kind of stopped throwing.
Bro, boxing is not getting a knockout. It's dominating a fight. They're obviously not just trying to knock each other out. If it happens, it happens. You could actually never force a knockout. Every knockout I've received, I never forced it.
Punches after the second round.
I never walked into a fight planning a knockout. It's not even a possible thing to do.
And Ryan was tamed, and Rolly stabbed him to the bottom, worked his lead hand better than Ryan did, and it was an anticlimactic fight for 10 rounds after the knockdown. But in a rematch, the KO potential is there for both of them. They just both have to throw punches.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't want to get off on a Rolly thing, but if he's stabbing to the body, he's winning rounds, he's heavy-handed. If he's heavy, strong enough, after a knockdown like that, he should be able to finish Garcia. Again, maybe it's Garcia's chin. Certainly Rolly is heavy-handed, but my point just was...
They're also pretty light, so they're not really about to be knocking each other out every fight.
That what Barrios would have to bring was more than what Barrios had, and I feel like more than what Rolly had. So if Rolly don't got it, Barrios definitely don't got it. That was a point. We can move on.
Yeah, no, just their power is such. They're both so explosive that both of them were not opening up for a majority of their fight. If they did open up and produce the more explosive rematch, someone is going to sleep at some point, probably. But that's another.
You don't know that for certain, but I don't know why you're talking like you know that.
Topic for another day if they ever do actually fight again. Now, to the form of Ryan Garcia, which was impressive last night. You're going to get a lot of people questioning in the comments. And my instant reaction, they're questioning it. Shakur Stevenson hinted at it last night. And Devin Haney said Ryan's off that good juice, right? And
I don't know if he's on the juice right this second, maybe. So the thing about steroid testing is it's easy to do it undercover even after you've already gotten caught because you can change an enzyme up to where it won't get detected on a steroid test. So there could be a chance Ryan's still on juice.
I'll just say Ryan.
What y'all think? Y'all think Ryan Garcia is still on the juice and they just not detecting it? Or maybe he has a deal with VADA that they're not coming out with anything? Let me know.
Pissed hot, right? It's on his record. He got suspended for a year. And when you piss hot, your fight rightfully gets overturned to a no contest. But Shakur and Devin are both snack athletes, okay? And rest in peace to Victor
What does that mean?
Conti. But snack is started by the biggest, we know this, but I'll say it again, it bears repeating, the biggest convicted steroid dealer in professional sports in the United States' history, okay? So I got news for you guys. You none of you have ever popped for a goddamn thing, but you, to the audience, are not above suspicion either. And before the whataboutism.
If we're being honest, nobody's above suspicion. There's people in the amateurs that are on hella steroids.
Mario Barrios is a snack fighter. Bam Rodriguez is a snack fighter. Virgil Ortiz is a snack fighter. So are Clarissa and Shakur and Devin Haney and all that. And that does not get you guilty of anything. But all I'm saying is the same audience is, they got an eyebrow raised at people who go to snack. Jeff Mayweather, he told me, I think all of it should just not be allowed. Any drug, because they are drugs. They're supplements, a.k.a. drugs. And whether we can argue, are they performance?
If you think about it, it's a very thin line. If you really know about sports and sports enhancement, it's a thin line of what's actually a steroid and what's not.
Are they quote unquote performance enhancing drugs or not? Jeff Mayweather told me years ago, I just think all of it shouldn't be allowed. You should have, but that's okay, whatever. Point being, Ryan popped hot. And because of that, there will always be a question of, is that, and guys know how to There is such a thing, we know from Lance.
There'll always be a question, but we can't assume until he pisses hot again, and he did already. So we just got to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume he's not doing anything wrong. But I still think he's not being Shakur.
Armstrong and from several athletes and several different,
even on steroids,
different sports. There's such a thing as cycling and the clear and all this stuff. I just want to be fair to everyone involved and point that out. Okay, suspicion certainly isn't the same thing as actually being found guilty, which Garcia was. But I'm just pointing that out. That suspicion will remain for Ryan Garcia at a higher level than the guys I just mentioned. But they're not above it either, because when you work with a company founded by a guy who has those credentials I mentioned earlier, people will be suspicious of that as well.
Yeah, we got to take responsibility by proxy.
I say all that to say, I want to see the rematch. And whatever you do or not doing, as long as you both pass your drug test, I want to see a rematch. And I think you get a better Devin Haney in fight number 2 against a better Ryan Garcia in fight number 2. And also, what we always talk about, styles make fights, right? What are two of the... Go ahead.
Can I
go
weigh
ahead.
in on the PE conversation before we move on?
Mm-hmm.
We're in the first quarter of 26. One thing I can guarantee you is by this time in 27, 2 or 3 fighters will have pissed hot. Will have popped dirty one way or
Are they going to be big names, though? I doubt it.
another.
I truly doubt it, because even if they are big names, they might hide it just because they don't want to affect their money.
I have no idea who those fighters are going to be. It may be 4 or 5. It may be 1 or 2, but it'll be at least 2, probably 3 minimum. And we don't know who they are. And we'll all be shocked when we find out. And then those fighters will have the scarlet letter for the rest of their career. But the way to fix it, because the sport is tainted. It's not, I mean, those who have popped dirty, they're tainted individually. But the
You can make the argument that the sport was born tainted since it was funded by mafia members.
reason you can speculate or cast suspicion on those who haven't been caught or popped dirty, who may not be dirty, but also